Well, January is Financial Wellness Month, and we're going to learn more about some of the ins and outs and when it comes to Alzheimer's. Joining us today, she is the program manager with Alzheimer's Association of Northwest Ohio, Marybeth Torsell. And thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
It's the new year. Actually, we're starting maybe to think about taxes and all that kind of stuff, budgeting.
Yep.
But we need to talk about financial wellness when it comes to Alzheimer's, huh?
Yes, and especially if before there's a diagnosis. So start talking about it now, because you can, go to an attorney, get your finances in line, know what your plans are. How are you going to pay for care? So if you think that there might be a chance that you might need a facility, start planning for that as early as you can.
Okay, all right. So because unlike what we imagined, we go into, we need help, that like Medicare is going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Not
no.
necessarily true, huh?
No, Medicare won't pay for any type of memory care. Medicaid sometimes will, but not all facilities accept Medicaid. So you'd have to do your homework on those, but Medicare doesn't.
Wow, all right. So when you talk to your advisor, I mean, is this, especially if Alzheimer's in your family or something like that, is this where you need to make sure you set aside a certain amount of money to try to help out?
Yes, and you should also potentially see maybe an elder law attorney or an attorney that specializes in, trust and how can you keep your assets safe, because if you did need to go into facility and Medicaid was your option, you want to be able to protect as much as you can.
Right, yeah, exactly. So really sounds like plan early and try to be positive about these finances, right?
Yeah, and I would say plan as if you are going to go into, an assisted living facility or a memory care unit, because if you don't need that money, then you have extra money, but it's better to have it and not need it.
Right, yeah. Because does it fall then on other family members, or like what happens if they need that care, like in a memory unit or something?
That's what happens a lot of times, if people can't afford potentially a facility, but they're not on Medicaid, so they have to do the spend down process to then get on Medicaid, unless family members can pitch in and help pay. Or sometimes if you've got a big enough family, they can take turns and stay with the loved one at home if they're able to do that.
Wow, all right. So
yeah,
it's one of those things you don't really want to think about, and but it sounds like you really do need to plan about that.
Yeah.
So like when you're talking about retirement and things like that, this is just one of those accounts. Is there special insurance or anything that you can buy just in case?
There's long-term care insurance that you can purchase, and then you pay on it, and then it'll cover long-term care facilities. So that's an option.
All right.
Yeah, health, insurance person or financial planners know all about that.
Right, yeah, that's the thing. But I guess the key is this month, then you guys just trying to raise awareness to make sure people know this. So plan ahead.
Plan ahead. That's the important thing. You do not want to wait till it's the last minute and then you're scrambling.
Wow. You need a lot of support, and you got a support group. I mean, I feel like this would be like a topic that a support group maybe would talk about. And we want to remind people that you can go to Bradfield Community Center, right?
Yes, there's a support group at Bradfield that meets second Tuesday of every month. And then there's one that meets at Kessler Estates too. Actually, they have two. And there's one in Bluffton. So there are plenty of support groups, but the Bradfield Center is so close.
Right, yeah, exactly. 10:30 to 11:30, and the next one will be coming up on January 14th. There's the information on the screen. So, and these are free, right? And I assume the people that you see that attend support groups are like really thankful in the end that they go. It might need a little encouragement, but
yes, and sometimes, and that's the thing, is they don't want to go, and sometimes you can go and say nothing, and sometimes people will come to 3 or 4 and not even speak at all, and then they get comfortable. But people have made lifelong friends through these groups.
All right, very good. So don't forget about that. The support groups in our area, including the one at Bradfield. Marybeth, thanks for coming today.
Thank
you. Good to see you. All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.